All the clan bosses have set speeds. Hey guys, what's up? George here, aka T-Rex, bringing you another Raid Shadow Legends video, and today we are going to be talking about the clan boss, specifically easy through to hard. Now, just to give you some background into my clan boss personally, until 2 months ago I was hitting normal and hard. I couldn't get past I could get the last chest on normal, I couldn't get past the first chest on hard, which is about 3k. I was maybe getting the warrior chest on a good day. 2 months ago that was. I now can hit Ultra Nightmare and get the second chest, which is 23,000 to 46 on the Ultra Nightmare, and I can easily almost 2-key the Nightmare boss, which is obviously over 39k for the ultimate chest. So first up, why is the clan boss so important? Well, these chests give you rewards, and the rewards you can get from the clan boss are awesome. So you'll see here I'm holding 4 sacreds. One of those came from the Nightmare clan boss top chest, and today 2 ancient shards came from 2 other of the clan boss chests. So when you kill the clan boss completely, he goes into an infinite life mode, and you can continue to hit him till you get enough damage to get the top chest. That's obviously in 24 hours. If you kill him, you get 2 of whatever chest you've managed to hit. So if you get over 40k on the Nightmare clan boss and your clan as a whole kills him, you will get 2 of the ultimate chest. So specifically, this is easy through to hard because that's what you're going to be doing in the early game, and I'm going to sort of talk through sort of things to look for. Obviously I'm not going to go and hit that because my account is coming up to the end of mid game and getting much further along and has champs at levels that you probably don't have. We're going to talk about some champions that you might have and champions to look for. If you're around for the battle pass, you definitely will have some of these, and if you've been around for some of the most recent fusions, you also might have them from the events that we've just been doing. So the clan boss itself is one big boss that your entire clan will hit. Let's quickly look at some of the other rewards. Actually, I was just going to show you. You can get certain gear sets. Cruel and Immortal come from the clan boss. You'll see I've been saving up my Cruel set here. Cruel is attack plus 15 and ignores 5% of enemy defense. So it is essentially the same as offense but with bonuses. And then you have Immortal, which is the same as the life set with bonuses, 15% HP but heals 3% every turn. And that's another quite nice set that you can get from the clan boss. You can get books. I recently got 3 books from 3 clan boss chests that I've put into my Cold Heart so that I can try and get her skills all maxed out. I just pulled her in the 2 times void. Obviously she's rare, so it doesn't matter that it's 2 times, but I just pulled her. So we're going to talk about what you want to look for. So for the clan boss, there's a few things that you really need and you really should look for, and there's some things that are nice to have. The first thing that you definitely need to look out for, and if you don't have it, you will eventually get it, so don't feel like, oh, I haven't got that, I'm not going to be able to do it. You can still do damage, but you just won't last as long, and that is decrease attack. Decrease attack, preferably on an A1. People like Tyrell have it on his A1, 2 times with a 2 hit with a decrease attack, so you can try and keep that up 100% of the time. There's also other champs. A rare champ that I recently booked out is Coffin Smasher. I'm going to give him a try once I fully get him up to 60 and fully ascended. He has a slightly lower chance of placing it, but he also has the big decrease attack on a 3 hit this time, so you get him the Giant Slayer Mastery, and he can also do some damage. He's actually quite a nice one to have. Not only is he a rare, so he's much easier to get, he has a decrease attack on A1, he has a HP burn, which is one of those things that I said would be nice to have, because HP burn does extra damage, and it's there, you know, when it comes around on its 4-turn cooldown, he'll hit, he might get the HP burn off, but he also has this passive that decreases the damage enemies inflict with AoE, which is when they attack all enemies, by 5%. Now 2 out of the 3 clan boss moves are AoE, so he'll be receiving 5% less damage from that, and he's a HP based champ, so you stack him real high with HP. This one isn't high because he's not finished yet, but he does more and more damage the more HP he gets, so you can actually put him in a shield set, which is another thing that is quite nice to have, is shield in the clan boss, and that's again for longevity. So the decrease attack is a must have, so keep an eye out for champions that have decrease attack. If you need to know any more that have it, go and check out the Ayumi Love website. They have a list down the side where you can click, for example, you can click decrease attack, and it will show you all the champions that have decrease attack. Let's just see if I have another one as an example. I believe Lightsworn, who's another champion I got recently, he has it on his A2. places a 50% decrease attack and a 30% decrease speed for 2 turns. So he always places that. As long as you hit the accuracy check, he always places that. There's no chance to place, which is quite nice, but it's on a 3-turn cooldown and it's only for 2 turns. So it's not necessarily going to be up 100% of the time. He has another thing that it's nice to have. This is not a must until later in the clan boss stages, but an increased defense is always nice to have, because defense is the next thing you need to have. Your champions need to have good defense once you get into the later game clan boss. Alright, I just got a FaceTime call in the middle of filming this, so I'm not 100% sure where I am, so if I repeat myself, I apologise. I think I just said increased defense is a nice thing to have as well. Obviously, defense... yes, I know where I was. Defense is a mega thing. Now, every single clan boss has a set speed, and they have... there's ratings, and you can find these all over the internet. I know Hell Hades has a really good one that tells you the speed your champs will need to go in order to be faster than the clan boss. It also tells you the ideal defense to be aiming for, like the minimum defense you need, and then it also tells you other things. But in the easy to hard clan boss, the main thing is go fast and go as much as you can. If you can go 2 times to the clan boss's 1 with fast speed, then you can hit off as much damage as you possibly can get in that time. So you have decreased attack. Let's say you have a champion that has decreased attack, someone like Coffin Smasher, and he's putting up a lot. That's going to help you to survive a lot longer. Another thing you might want to look for is decreased defense. Another farmable rare that has decreased defense is War Maiden. She has the Crumbling Blast, which is when you're not ascended is the small decreased defense, and when you ascend her becomes a 60% decreased defense. Obviously that allows you to put even more damage onto the clan boss because his defense is lowered by 60%. Another thing that's nice to have is Weaken alongside a decreased defense. Now an epic who has that is Spider. In his Calamity he has decreased in Glowing Mark he has decreased defense, and he has the small weaken, so big decreased defense and the small weaken. Or someone that everyone has the ability to get, but it might take you a while, is Razin Scarhide. He is a fusible legendary who everybody can get if you're lucky enough to get the rares that you need, and he has on his shear a decreased defense and a big weaken, and that's quite nice to have when you get it booked. You get it to a 3-turn cooldown, you can keep that up quite a lot of the time. So decreased attack, decreased defense, and maybe decreased defense and weaken. You might be lucky enough to have a shield set on one of your champions, or have someone who can put shields up. You also might be lucky enough to have an increased defense on one of your champions, which is nice. What else do you need? Healing. Healing is really important. If you can, put your clan boss team in a lifesteal set. Lifesteal will give you 30% heals of the damage dealt. And when you complete your masteries on champions, which is something you should constantly be doing, and you get, say, Giant Slayer or War Master, which are the 2 main masteries, War Master being down here and Giant Slayer over here. If you don't know much about masteries, I have a video just in the corner there on the offense tree, the defense tree, and the support tree, all broken down individually. Check it out for sure. That is probably one of my better videos. Then with the lifesteal gear, they're going to be healing for a lot. Sometimes Razin Scarhide can go in with very little health, and hitting that Giant Slayer proc, which gives you a lot more damage, he'll heal himself back up to fully healed. So healing, lifesteal sets. If you don't have good lifesteal sets, farm the campaign. Don't worry about going into Dragon if you're not that high level on Dragon, because it's just going to be a big waste of energy. Farm the campaign, go to stage 8, and then go in and farm. Mainly you want to farm gloves, chest and boots from Valdemir Strait, because you'll be able to get defense gloves, defense, chest and speed boots, which are probably the main things you'll want at the start. If you don't have good lifesteal gear, try and have someone in your team who can heal. Apothecary is a very good rare for healing, very good, but he also has a speed boost, and in the early game, like I said, you want to be going really fast. I have a video on Apothecary linked in the corner right now. If you don't have an apothecary, don't worry, you are sure to have someone. War Priest is an example of a champion that everybody gets early in the game. She is not a great champion for later on in the game, but she does have healings, and obviously she heals everybody except herself. So if you can get her in lifesteal gear, she can hit, she can heal, and she can give you an increased attack, which isn't something I look for in clan boss, but can be helpful. So she's an option that everybody has very early game, and on my early accounts she was 100% in my clan boss teams when I first started out, purely for the heal. If you have lifesteal gear, you don't always need to heal. Now, in the later game, my clan boss team, I have them all in lifesteal gear, apart from my T-Rel, who I use in other places. But I still take a healer in with me. I use Steel Skull. He's pretty cool because he has the next thing in his kit that you really, really need for clan boss damage, and that is a poison. Preferably a 5%, but if you can only get the 2.5%, then have that. He's not the best poisoner in the game because he has such a low chance to do it, but he has poison on his kit. The main reason I take him in is he has a cleanse, which removes debuffs and heals a target ally. So when you get stunned by the clan boss on his third attack, you can clean that stun off and let your person still take their turn and heal them. But he also has an increased defense and a heals all allies, which is the main reason I have him in there. I use this increased defense to keep my other champions alive longer. Now, my main poisoner that I take in is a Cult Brawler, one of the best poisoners in the game. We're not going to go into him now. I have a separate video coming on him soon, so be sure to subscribe and hit the like button in order to see that video. He puts out a lot of damage for me. He's my highest damage dealer in Clan Boss, but that is why you need poisons. Again, if you're around for the Battle Pass, you have Frozen Banshee. She is comparable to a Cult Brawler when it comes to how amazing her poisons are, but she has to be fully ranked up, booked, and have good gear on. This is the reason why she has a poison sensitivity, which makes poisons 25% more damaging to the clan boss. And once that's up, she can put up 2 poisons on a 100% chance every single time she hits an A1. So if you can link her up with a counter attack, which is the next thing I'm going to talk about, she can put some serious damage in for you, sometimes even better than a Cult Brawler. Something that not everybody is going to have, that is on the very nice to have list, but not necessary for doing good damage in the clan boss, is a counter attack. If you are lucky enough to have a counter attack and you've been sleeping on them, don't. Skull Crusher is the only epic counter attack in the game, and once you ascend him to 3 stars or more, he has counter attack for 2 turns. So he puts a counter attack up, and if you play manually or you get your speeds right, you can have him put that up for both of the AoE hits. But he also has ally protection, which is absolutely incredible in the clan boss. Ally protection is something else you want to look out for big time. What that does is every time there is a hit on your team, he takes 50% of everyone's damage. But during that time, he's actually unkillable for the first go of that, which means even if he takes all the damage and is 0 health, he will not die. You can then heal him up or have him heal himself in lifesteal gear. Their other 2 counterattacks are Martyr. Wow, that's a mix of the 2. Martyr and Valkyrie. I don't have either of those champs, but I do have some friends with them, and I have some videos coming on them soon. So if you're lucky enough to pull a counterattack, and sorry guys, but I recently pulled a second Skull Crusher, which I'm going to build up because there are comps where you can do 2 counterattacks in one team, then that is something definitely you want to use in your clan boss, even really early in the clan boss. Another thing that can be helpful in the clan boss is an ally attack. Someone like Catacomb Counselor, but there is also Hyria, who is a high elf rare who can do this, is when they have a move which allows them to team up with random allies, and the allies join with their default skills. So if you have triple hitters in your team and you have double hitters in your team, you have decreased attacks on A1s, like Coffin Smasher for example. If he teams up with that specific champion at that time, he's going to go in and hit, and then Coffin Smash is going to come in with his 3-hit A1 and put a load of damage. So if you don't have a counter attacker, teaming up kind of attacks like ally attack champions like Catacomb Counselor, where they join up with a team, are something that is nice to look out for. Again, it's not necessary, but it is nice to look out for. There are a couple of other people in that get honourable mentions here. Rearguard Sergeant, she has decreased defense on her A1. She also has decreased attack on her A2. Needs books again. But they're really the main things you want to look out for. So let's do a quick list. You want to look for decreased attack, decreased defense / weaken and weaken, poisons. They're the 3 main things to do big damage to their clan boss. You then want to make sure your team has some way of sustaining, so either lifesteal gear or a healer, increased defense, and shields. They're the 7 main things you really want to look for attacking the clan boss. Big hitters like Royal Guard are not worth it. Cold Heart, worth it early game because she does have poison on her A2, but only if that person is under a heal reduction, which then takes up a slot. The clan boss itself only has a certain amount of space for debuffs. If you fill that debuff bar up with decreased attack, decreased defense and weaken, and poisons, you will be doing a lot of damage on the clan boss. Also, another thing to think about is don't expect too much from yourself early game. Like I said, I was hitting normal. I didn't think I'd be Ultra Nightmare at this point, Ultra Nightmare at this point. The only reason I am is because I got my champs that I want to use, and I worked on those champs one at a time, building them up to a place where they were usable where I am now. So I hope this video has helped you out. If it has, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. 50% of people roughly who watch the videos are subscribed, but 50% still are not. And if the other 50% of you subscribed, it would double the amount of subscribers I've got. Also, if you are a subscriber, please hit the bell notification, little bell. All that does is tells YouTube that when I upload a video, you guys want to know that I've uploaded it. It doesn't always buzz your phone and bling your phone, but it does put it into your subscription feed when you hit that subscription bar on the left hand side. Lets them know you want to see my videos. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. And don't forget, get online and get wrecking.